theme, communication, unit, info point, and this is video 2. So already in video 1 we've set up our slide master where we've designed the templates for all of the slides that we're going to use. However, I need to now start creating those slides, and it's very important that you have a clear understanding in your head of exactly what slides you've got to create for your information point. So the way for you to understand what you've got to create in this information point is to go back and have a look at the criteria that was set for this task. So this is the criteria. I've chosen topic 1, computers, and the criteria is I've got to make sure that I provide information on these 4 key areas here. So to start with, they're going to be the titles of my main information slides. So there's going to be 5 title slides there. So knowing that information, I'm going to go back to my first screen. On this screen, this is going to be a menu screen. How do I know that I've got to have a menu screen? Because in the criteria, again, if we go back to the very original criteria, it says that we must have a home slide containing an appropriate image and navigation buttons. So that's going to be this slide here. Now I'm not going to be too worried about adding the content on there yet. I just want to make sure that I know which slide is which. So I'm going to start by, on this slide, simply putting the word computers. I'm then going to work my way down the slides, putting in all of the appropriate titles for each of the appropriate slides. So again, I'm just getting these from the criteria that was set for this task. So the first one is how computers work. So I'm just going to pause the video for a minute whilst I go and add all the titles for these 5 bullet points here. Okay. So I've now added all of the slides that I need so far. So I've got my title slide, and then I've got my information slides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we go back to the original criteria, it says that you have your home slide, your 5 information slides, and then you need a quiz with at least 5 questions. So the next 5 slides in my presentation are going to be relating to the quiz. So I'm just going to keep it very simple, and I'm just going to add a new slide after the 5th information slide and call this quiz question 1. And then all I'm going to do is do the same again, and this time this is going to be quiz question 2. So you can see that I'm not worried about adding any content to the slides yet. I'm just putting the titles there at the top, so I know that I've got all the slides that I need based on the criteria that has been set for this task. So again, I'm just going to pause the video tutorial for just a minute whilst I add my 5 questions slides. I've now added all the question slides for the quiz. So I've got question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the minute, if we go back to the criteria, I've got my home slide, my 5 information slides, my 5 question slides. This task here, the criteria, doesn't really require me to create any slides. It's saying that the questions that I ask must be multiple choice. So that's going to be dealing with the content on those slides. I don't actually need to worry about creating a slide for that yet. However, on these next 2 tasks, it says when a quiz question is answered correctly, you move to the next question. Well, that's fine, because if I answer this question correctly, I will make it go to this slide, etc., etc. However, when a quiz question is answered incorrectly, the quiz ends and the user must start again from the beginning of the quiz or go back to the home slide. Now what I want to do is I'm going to create 2 more slides at the end of here. I'm just going to insert a new slide. And after quiz question 5, I'm going to put oh no. And this is the slide that the user is going to go to if they get a question wrong. So if at any point during any of these questions they answer a question wrong, it's going to take them directly to this slide, oh no. But what I also need to do is, what if they get it right? What if they get all 5 questions right? Well, then I want a well done slide. So after this slide, I'm going to insert my final slide, which simply says well done. Now, all I've done here is I've set up 13 slides ready to put my information in. And that's the first point. After you've set up your slide master, the first thing that you should do is go and create all of the slides that you need for your information point and put the titles on there, ready for the next task, which is to add the content.